I've been kind of geeking out on making homemade chicken stock for Arroz Caldo. Am I saying that right?
Arroz Caldo.
Arroz Caldo. So
Technically, you're supposed to roll the R's. Can you roll the R's?
Arroz Caldo?
Arroz Caldo.
Arroz Caldo. This is one of the girls' favorite dishes. It is wholesome, especially if you make your own chicken stock. This is really a bone broth, so it has all the goodness. This took me about 30 minutes to make, and I wanted to run through the ingredients. Very basic, but I don't know. You tell me what you put in yours. We've got chicken. This is way more than we need. I'll take the leftovers and use it for something else, maybe a chicken salad sandwich. Rice, onions, the tips of the green onions, and ginger. Salt and pepper, a tiny bit of MSG. It's been our favorite lately. And of course, the fish sauce. The fish sauce acts as an umami, similar to what MSG does, but it does also give it a depth of flavor.
There is something also that I add.
What?
That also helps with the richness of the color.
Is that your secret ingredient?
It is.
Okay, what is it?
Well, it's chicken bouillon with tomatoes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well,
this is kind of my secret ingredient to a lot of dishes.
Oh, got it.
To add flavor, which is also kind of like MSG.
So normally we cook chicken thighs in the water to create our own bone broth at the same time because we want the goodness from the bones. But since I already did the bone broth ahead of time, we don't need to.
Okay, honey, let's get started.
Yeah, because I need to go real quick. What's going on? Because I already got the rice ready.
I know, and I never did this until Mom told me, and Dad brought this from the house. It's glutinous rice.
Is that the only rice you're going to use, or are you going to use a combo?
No, combo.
Okay, glutinous rice. Yeah. See, I'm learning. I don't know how to make this dish. I was just going to make it without her because I got to go.
And that's way too much rice.
Another secret from Mama. You guys were spilling all the secrets that Mama kept to herself. That she would kind of tell us, but not really. But we got it. And we got her recipe books. We got the videos. Okay, so we've got this warming up right now. Judy just puts olive oil to just get it oiled up.
Cook aroma. What do they call it?
Aromatics.
Aromatics.
Do you need some garlic? I was gonna make crispy garlic, but do you want some of this garlic? Okay, question though, real quick. While you're doing that, honey, what about the ginger? How do I cut this? You just want it in big chunks?
You know what I do is I like doing big chunks, and Mom taught me this.
What?
The reason why is because, kids and me personally, I don't like eating chunks of ginger, or I don't like eating ginger. So if you got the chunks, big chunks, you could take it out before you plate it. Or the kids know not to eat it.
That's what I'm gonna do. So wash it and skin it?
I would just dice it. You won't even have to peel it because the chunks are so thick that I just cut the edges out. You know what I mean?
Got it. All right, so we're starting with the onions. I have a combo of white and green onions.
I would actually do that now because I want to put in the ginger.
Okay, cool. I'll do it right now. Is this enough right here, honey?
That's good. Throw it in.
Smells good already.
Yeah. This is so easy.
Honey, where does Arroz Caldo stack up in terms of your favorite foods?
Top 5.
Top 5? Yeah. What about the girls? I think it's top 3.
I'd say top 3 for Filipino food.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do think so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to use all this.
Oh, no, that's way too much. I thought we could use some for sandwich.
Some of the fatty stuff.
Oh, yeah. So there's a combo of breast meat and thigh meat. Thigh meat is going to have way more flavor and some fat.
I want those.
But the white meat is just going to give it volume, and that's already small animated. Now, at what point are you going to put salt and pepper? Or do you?
I don't put salt because there's so much in the tomato. Yeah. And also in the patis. We're just going to put like, what was that, a teaspoon of patis?
Oh, no, that was a tablespoon. That was a full tablespoon.
Okay, well, that's just a little bit. It's not that much.
If you're not into fish sauce, or maybe it's intimidating, don't be. It's going to blend into everything. You almost don't notice it. It's similar to when I put the anchovies into the pizza sauce. I won't do that often, but it adds an umami, and if you really look for it, you're gonna find the flavor of the anchovies. But in this case, I don't even taste the fishiness at all.
You don't.
No.
You don't.
This was Mama's secret. That makes sense because it adds a lot of starch.
Here's the thing. It's not really a secret. Like, some people use just glutinous rice.
Okay. What's a secret that I didn't know about?
Yeah, so that's what you do, and then you just...
So you don't even wash the rice. You want all the starches on there?
I never did.
Oh, okay. What about Mama?
I don't know if Mama did. You know what? I think if you're getting quality rice already, I wouldn't
worry about it.
Quality rice.
Yeah.
Think about the Mexican culture. They use the rice water for drinks.
Right. That's true.
So
that's true. It's not going to hurt you. For sure. That's a good point. I don't know if that's the same, the starchiness that comes off of the rice that they use, but I don't even know really why we wash our rice. I think washing the rice is more about things that could be in the rice, in and around the rice, not the rice or the rice starch itself. I don't know. This is definitely new. I didn't know that Judy used this. Honey, let me know when you want this. Are you gonna eyeball this, or is there a certain amount?
I would, you know what? I'm curious to know how much, like I would put, I think like 6 cups of chicken broth.
Okay.
Maybe even
Do you want me to measure it out for you? You want me to measure it out?
Can
okay.
You?
There you go.
And throw it in.
Woo. Honey, doesn't that look good?
It does.
The color and everything. And then we'll do 2 more cups. All right, let's get them. Oh yeah.
I usually underestimate how much liquid to put in, so it ends up being a little
dry,
like, mushy.
A little mushy.
So I prefer it to be a little more soupy. I think.
And then you can always add more, but you can't take out.
So I mean, I would still put another 4 because you
another
put a lot
4.
Of rice.
Oh yeah, it was quite a bit of rice.
A lot of rice.
Obviously, if you've cooked rice, you know it's gonna soak up a lot of liquid.
And then you basically just kind of let this simmer, and then the rice will thicken. And then that's once it becomes somewhat thick and the liquid reduces, I'll add in the chicken bouillon. The chicken tomato bouillon.
The chicken tomato bouillon. We have definitely been using a lot more tomato in our dishes, including in curry. Of course, we put it in the sinigang. Tomato has a lot of umami in it, especially if you get a high quality tomato. This is just packed with flavor. I haven't used it very much, but anything Judy cooks, which already is almost always delicious. This though, this is just going to up everything. And let's see if it has MSG in it. Yeah, so it has MSG in it. MSG is not as bad as you think. I know there have been stories about it not being good for the body. There's been a lot of research about how that was a myth. So we use just a little bit. We mostly use natural salt. Or, of course, things not like this, but the patis. See, the patis is going to give you that umami, even though it doesn't seem obvious that it would. Honey, how long are you going to let this cook for now at this point?
So I'm going to wait for it to start boiling, and then I'm going to set it to a simmer and let it sit for like 10 minutes. And then
got it.
Check.
This is a quick dish.
It's so easy.
Especially if you cook it this way too.
Winter.
Totally.
It's called merienda. It's not quite a full meal in itself, but it's like a snack.
Yeah, they serve it on Philippine Airlines. This is the kind of merienda. And not for the meal, it's an in-between snack if you're in business class. Guess who I know that from? Papa. He got to ride business class for the first time. The last flight he was on, and he was like, oh yeah, I totally ate the Arroz Caldo for a snack. Was very happy, but I'll tell you, this is better, honey. Yours is better than Philippine Airlines. That's good too, like when you're, 30,000 feet in the air. How long has it been so far?
So it's been about 5 minutes, and you could already see it.
Can you mix it so that people can kind of see?
A little bit?
Yeah. And that's definitely the glutinous rice.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is cover this and let this simmer. I'll check back in 5 minutes.
All right. Medium simmer. Do you leave an opening?
I would, yeah, maybe a tiny bit. Let's just check back. I'll put a timer.
So Judy mentioned in about 5 minutes, she's going to check the flavor, and then that's how she knows how much of this to put in. I'm curious for everybody else that does Arroz Caldo, what's your unique ingredients that you add? Maybe something you don't add that we add, because it's fun. That one thing I love about cooking, you can do it your own way, and there's so many different variations of the same dish, same recipe. As you get better at cooking, you can just change it up. Make it your own, make it unique. Can you do Arroz Caldo with other meats, honey? Is that such a thing?
I've never heard of that, but...
Pork or something?
I've never heard of that. I've just heard of
chicken.
Arroz Caldo.
I did a video not too long ago, we'll link it up, where I cook a whole chicken in a pressure cooker in 20 minutes. Now, prepping it, 5 minutes up front, and then letting it cool down. That's what takes forever. I actually put it outside this last time and let the pressure be relieved so it didn't stink up the house. So that'll quicken the process. But when I bought this chicken, 18 bucks for 2 huge chicken breasts, or 22 bucks for a whole chicken, which you get those 2 chicken breasts plus all the other meat.
So this is 5 minutes. I'm gonna just taste test.
And the rice is just about cooked at this point, I'd say.
Oh my goodness.
Is that better?
It's already so good.
Is that better?
We're gonna amp the flavor.
You're gonna amp it?
But try this, honey. It's already good. And I didn't even put any.
My gosh.
And that's without any salt.
So there is one thing about using your own chicken stock. There's fat.
It does taste different. Yeah. Can you give me that?
Yeah. There's fat inside the chicken stock, which you don't get in a boxed chicken stock you buy from the store. Ours is from Costco. There you go. All right.
All right, going in.
Ooh, and it's gonna give it a nice color.
A little bit of a color, so it looks a little more, because I like that orangey color, but ever so subtle, so it's gonna blend in real nicely.
Well, it's not gonna make that big of a difference.
No, but the flavor is gonna heighten the flavor for sure, and that's it.
That's
you
it?
Put pepper in. I'm gonna still keep the fire on because I do want it to cook a little more, but I am also gonna use the rest of the stock. But this is a lot of Arroz Caldo. This will hold us over for the next couple days. All right.
There you go. It's really that easy.
Of course, you top it off with like a hard-boiled egg and
green onions.
Green onions.
The reason I've got this minced garlic is I'm gonna make garlic topping. I mentioned this when I was at the grocery store. I miss when we used to have Mama just give us garlic topping. I don't know if she made it or she bought it. Did she buy it? She would make it? It was so good. So I'm gonna make it today. And you cook it in cold oil. So it starts out cold, you put it in there and you just brown it basically. You get it crispy until it's brown, but not too brown because it'll affect the flavor. I will do that next after it's done cooking. I think that was a good call to add.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like I said, this will thicken up a little bit more. And even if this is eaten
soupy.
like this is good.
I like it like that too. It's good?
It's amazing. Delicious.
Perfect. I'm about to eat and grub on this Arroz Caldo. So I've got the toppings, green onions, little lime, and boiled eggs, which are perfectly cooked. Thank you, honey. But what's missing is the garlic. So I'm gonna fry up this garlic. I've never done this before, so kind of an experiment. The direction I read said start it from a cold oil. And I've got a pan here, completely cold. I'm gonna fill it with all this olive oil. And I don't know how much to put, so I'm gonna put more than I think I need because I imagine this is similar to almost a deep fry, just because the way I've seen the garlic in the past. I used to get this from Mama, so I never had to buy it or even cook it myself. I didn't watch any YouTube videos, but I did read some directions. We'll see how this turns out. All right, so I'm just gonna plop this in there. I've never done this before. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, people putting in food into oil when it's cold, but that was the way the directions said to do it. Turn on the heat. I'm just gonna do it medium high. And then just wait. Honey, I'm making the fried garlic now.
Okay.
Did you want to try some? I'm gonna turn off the heat. You want to be very careful with garlic because it can turn from delicious to not delicious really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and strain this. Okay, that looks very similar. What do you think of the color there, hon?
Yeah.
Because you're an expert at this.
Maybe I just put too much rice. What?
Garlic turned out good. Let's see how it tastes though. Mmm, honey.
Yeah. It's bomb.
You want to try it with the garlic? How's the garlic?
It really does. I like it. I don't like too much garlic, but...
Yeah. There you go. Arroz Caldo. Thanks, Mama, for always teaching us your secrets. Kind of. Super easy, healthy, especially if you make your own bone broth, and the kids will love it. I'll see you later.